You wouldn't know Dead Island 2 went through some serious development hell by playing it. I thoroughly enjoyed my time running, gunning, and slicing my way through LA, and it is so cool that I can say that. The story is simple enough. LA has been overrun with zombies, and you're trying to escape lockdown. But here's the twist. You're immune. Your journey will take you to several iconic locations, each masterfully crafted and packed full of content, like off-the-beaten-path exploration, safe cracking, bonus rooms, collectible hunting, and over 30 side missions. A quick side note on the side missions, I will say about 2/3 through the game I lost interest in them and began to mainline the story. There just came a point when I was strong enough, so I didn't need the XP, I had more blueprints than I knew what to do with, and I was in a groove with the weapons I had, so I didn't feel compelled to do them all. But back to the locations. Dead Island 2 has some of the best level design I've seen ever. Like, it's hard to put into words just how good it is. I was honestly in a bit of awe at the amount of details and thought that went into every single location, and that was one of the driving factors for me to explore as much as I could. I would 1000% trust these level designers to give my house a makeover. Even better though is that exploration is almost always rewarded. Whether it's crafting materials, skill cards, weapons, or cash, there will be something waiting for you. But please, I'm begging the lovely people at Dambuster Studios to add an auto loot option. Please. And I hate to say this, but Dead Island 2's map is not great. The colors make it hard to see where you're at, quests don't stand out, and the lack of fast travel for the first half of the game doesn't do it any favors. Other than that though, this game is a joy to exist in. It's beautiful, it's bright, the colors are vivid, even the zombies look good in a good, gross way, and I appreciated the variety of zombie models and how they were appropriately designed based on their locations. Just wait though until you see some of those gnarly Apex zombies. They have special abilities and they're especially gross. Now this is gonna sound like a weird complaint, but sometimes there were just too many zombies. Like, I would clear an entire mob only to turn around and see a brand new mob had spawned out of thin air right behind me. This is fine in larger areas, but when you're in a small room trying to loot, it can become frustrating quickly. But taking down the mob, on the other hand, is oh so satisfying. You're gonna come across so many weapons in this game and so many different mods, and for the most part, each weapon type feels and handles differently enough, and I loved seeing which combinations I could come up with. On that note, while crafting supplies were plentiful at first, they became a bit too scarce towards the end, which was a bummer because despite doing a lot of exploring, I still came up short. I eventually just settled on crafting less exciting mods, which wasn't as fun. For the most part, Dead Island 2 ran smooth. There were a few occasions of objects glitching around, voices sometimes would cut out mid-sentence, and I had to restart a few quests because they weren't flagging properly. I should also note that I started to play Dead Island 2 cooperatively with my husband, but he oddly suffered from motion sickness and couldn't play past the first few hours. I'll admit, given its history, I didn't have the highest of hopes for Dead Island 2, so it's so damn cool I can tell you that not only did I have a great time, but this is one of my favorite games of 2023. Bravo, Dambuster Studios.